Good evening. I hope that you're doing well. I'm sending my love to you entirely. This has been a very serious ass week, I'll tell you. This has been a serious ass motherfucking week. And I predicted as I pulled cards for. I want to say predict because this wasn't a straight prediction. None of, by the way, what I do is intended to be a straight prediction. We all have the cuts of the cloth that we're meant to be living. However, how each thread frays from the rest of the thread count, how the cloth decides to iron out is all entirely up to you. I can pull cards about whatever path you choose to walk down, but at the end of the day, it is still your choice. You still have full say, full accountability on the way all of that plays out. So I will say, just to recollect and correct my words, that in trying to understand what we may come upon for this past week that we have lived, I did pull cards and feel into the vibration of the possibility that it would be difficult with a lot of tests, largely internal, largely probing at the frequency, at the shame pattern that plays out in a whole lot of us. That definitely played out within me, not just through shame, but through incredible amounts of sadness and exhaustion. All of those things bunched together made me feel like exactly like the shame frequency, feeling like I'm not doing enough, wondering what the hell it is that I'm doing with my life, wondering how it is that I can feel any pride or joy in being me if it is that I don't feel like I'm doing anything proper with my life. I can't say that I've actually fully worked through everything. However, I do feel as though I am a lot further than I was at the beginning of the week in terms of understanding that I'm deserving regardless of what I do or don't do. And I hope that that is the same for you. I hope that you also understand. Hey, Pearl again. I hope that you also understand that your dreams, everything that you wish, everything you desire is going to be yours. It's coming. It's going to be yours. So, before coming onto this live, I got the image of Birdman. I don't know if you know that meme of Birdman rubbing his hands, of just the action of rubbing your hands and getting ready. That's what I got. That's the feeling that I got. And this morning, actually, I woke up feeling into the feeling. I can feel that the change of season has begun. It's like whatever shift that happens in the atmosphere for the weather to start changing, it's begun today. And then I happened to go outside and check on there's a wall of leaves outside of my parents' home that is able to tell me about the change of seasons. It's absolutely bare when it's winter, and little leaves begin to bloom when spring begins to take form. And I went outside this morning and saw it, and I literally screamed. I shouted. This winter has been one of the toughest. It felt honestly like sorry for the signal, by the way. I'm notified that it's not that great. I felt into the fact that this winter has been it's been a collectively it's been the toughest because it feels like it's been a combination of all of the tough winters that I've ever experienced in my life. Everything about any previous tough winters that I felt all clumped together in this specific winter. And it was really, 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 really hard. It's been very, very difficult. And it's been especially difficult experiencing this winter with no like external probing. I've mentioned this many times in previous readings that it's very hard to experience like that's the difficult thing about depression. I think everybody who has experienced depression can speak on how difficult it is when you experience depression and there's nothing external that's like causing it. You're just depressed. So that's what I was processing this winter time. Just the fact that, man, sometimes you just are sad and that's it. And there's nothing to intellectualize. There's nothing to reason with. There's nothing really to do but to experience and to feel through the sadness and be unafraid of that. The underworld really, it really took me by my neck and wagged its finger at me and told me to focus and take a seat down and get serious about being real with myself. And yeah, it was real. It's been real. It is real. Technically, I'm still in it, and I'm so in it that I actually genuinely, as I sit here, I don't know. I've been feeling through this for the whole winter season. I don't know if there's a version of me that will ever be the same. The way that I experienced the underworld and sadness and depression during this season, I know I am changed forever. And I really have to let a past version of myself go. Not just, as I put in the caption, to prepare for the light and the joy and the dreams come true to come, but to, not just for the sake of moving forward, but for the sake of truly leaving that behind, leaving every past version of myself behind that no longer serves, etc., etc. But just the change, man. Like, times are changing. And I, especially this last week, realized that without being too aware of it, I realized I was really holding on. I was hoping that things wouldn't change too much. I was really comfortable with how little, not with how little. I'm very comfortable with the old. I'm very comfortable with things being the way I'm used to. With things being the way I'm used to them being. This winter really forced me to face the fact that things are changing and things are going to change. And just by the way, when your dreams come true, okay, as I put in the caption, that's also something, like I'm saying, rubs hands. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we actually understand. I don't think that we get it. Okay? Because again, and I've read of this before, when your dreams come true, okay, when they actually come into, and they actually happen and it's there in front of you and you are with that divine partner that you've been praying for your whole life, when you're actually doing and following that career path and you're living a life where every day you're waking up with so much energy that you don't need to eat, you barely need to sleep. Every day you can feel it in your bones, you're buzzing with purpose. When you actually live that life, I don't think you understand. I don't think any of us can actually understand how truly mind-blowing it will be to integrate that reality. We're going to wake up every day in disbelief. We're going to wake up every day in disbelief. It's going to be like, wow. You're going to want to properly slap yourself in the mirror and look at yourself in your eyes and be like, what? Is this really us? Is this really our dream? Is this really happening? It's going to be a very fruitful, delicious 8-8 portal. It's going to be delicious. Thank you, Pearl. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Now it's reaping season. It all makes sense. I am so grateful. Thank you so much, Pearl. Thank you. This is it. This is it for real. Yo, we have worked so hard. This year has been so tough. Hold on, baby. Let me finish. This year has been so real. And I just, thank you for your message, Pearl. And thank you. I actually got him. Yeah. Hey, man. I'm a really emotional person. So if I get too deep into it, it's going to be waterworks nonstop. And I'm very hard at stopping my emotions. And I feel it feels so intensely overwhelming that I brush over it very lightly and I try to make it cash, but you know what I mean? There are no words for this experience. We've worked so hard, and the faith that we kept and the vision that we've held onto, that we still have to do more work in holding on to. We still have to hold on, not too tightly. You know what I mean? It's a balancing act. I'm sure you get it by now. Yeah, I don't have any words, actually. I feel like reiterating that understanding and reminding you to believe it when it happens, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen sooner than you think. It feels like from now until about the end of the year-ish is when our dreams are going to start really coming in, bit by bit though, because again, like I've said, if it comes in all at once, we actually literally might explode. We might fall on the floor. Then we can't experience our dreams because we don't understand that it's real, because we're in disbelief that it's happening. I've mentioned it multiple times in many, many videos. Dr. David Clements, he's spoken about this, and he speaks about it in his own way, referencing should you rock with this, the galactic entities that he works with in order to understand humans' evolution. They mention this in the same way. They use the same words to describe the fact that if everything happened at once, if all of the truth of the living experience was revealed at the same time, all at once, it would properly overwhelm us. And we literally, all of our faculties, either our guard goes all the way up and then our whole dream crashes, which I think is also what happens with, I don't know what it's called, but it's in this book called The Big Leap, something like that, where, and we actually see it, right, with celebrities and people who rise to fame, who shoot up to fame, and then suddenly they come crashing down. The energetics of how that works, I believe, is such that when our dreams, they come true, our dreams, they are their own entities. When it comes into contact with our energetic fields, we are at risk if it comes too fast or it comes too big all at once. Our energetic fields are at risk of shooting all the way up and then repelling everything about our dreams having come true, pushing it all away because our energetic field shot all the way up because we were shocked. Or our energetic field shoots all the way down, and then we get sick. We find ourselves feeling weak. Some people die. Either way, it will drastically affect the way we are able to experience our dreams coming true. Experience the energetic merging of us coming into contact with our dreams coming true. These things have to happen in little bouts and pieces, okay, here's a dream coming true. Here's a possibility. How does this feel in your energetic field? That is also why it is so true when spoken of that the reason you even have it in your visions, is because it's possible. The reason you are even able to imagine it is because it's possible. That's on purpose. Again, as a quick intermission, please forgive me for the Signal discrepancies. You can definitely tune into this reading once it's done being live streamed, and the sound will carry clear. Let me see what I can do about just moving locations a bit. So yeah, we are being prepared. We're being very gently prepared right now for our dreams to. We've been gently prepared throughout this whole year for our dreams to come true gently. Because if they come true all at once, banging into our energetic field, crashing in like a wrecking ball, we are at very dangerous risk of fucking it up or repelling it or letting it take us over so that we either become too sick or too weak or too blindsided to fully and properly enjoy our dreams in grounding. Our dreams are coming the hell in, and they're coming in a way where we will be able to experience them in the most grounded fashion possible so that we don't fuck it up, we don't end up repelling it, or we don't end up being a perfect energetic match to be able to experience everything properly. I am so proud of the whole lot of us, not just the people who tune into my work, but the whole bunch of us. We're all on a frequency, even if we're not aware of each other. There's a specific band of awareness that's been vibrating at some kind of really perfect equilibrium. I actually wanted to make a video on this to describe the different tiers of spiritual energetics that are playing out right now in each of us. I believe there's a specific bandwidth of us who have been holding such intensely strong faith through moments of sadness, confusion, feeling lost, everything crashing down around us, but we still kept strong in faith and in belief that things will improve. And fine, even if they don't, I'm here. I'm alive and I have to keep trying. That bandwidth is so, oh my God, the energetic potential that you have held for this current reality by being able to stay strong and faithful like that. You get it? Like, you don't even know. There's a group, like I said, there's a bandwidth of us who didn't even, we reached a point of such lowness, such depression, confusion, illness, loss of control, that we actually didn't know whether or not things will get better. Sophie Strand wrote about this bandwidth in her book, The Body is a Doorway, where she described the possibility, she tapped into that frequency of it being possible that things may not get better. Maybe things are just going to get worse. Who knows? But I want to be alive. I want to be pulsing with life regardless. I want to be open to receive everything about things either improving or getting worse. I want to be soil. That frequency, being alive, even if you don't know things are going to improve, even if you don't know, you're not sure, perfect. Bellissimo. And that's what, you know what I mean? That's what it's, congratulations. Thank you. Oh, thank you for everything. For everything. Thank you for everything. This world is on your shoulders. If you kept going and you weren't sure about whether or not you should even keep going, you weren't even sure about why you should keep going, and you kept going anyway, thank you. The reason why this world is even going to, the reason there is any hope left in the air is because of you. Entirely because of you. You created your awareness and being able to push against the uncertainty and still say, whatever, I'm going to keep going. That is so powerful. I could scream. I could explode. I wish I could edit this video for me to just explode in my seat. You have no idea how much magic you've done this year. There are no words. You couldn't even begin to imagine how much work you've done for your collective, for the people around you directly in your community, for your whole bloodline. It's serious. It's some serious work that you've done. And you and thank you, and get ready. Sit back and just, get ready for this, because it's about to be a show beyond your wildest dreams, beyond comprehension, beyond words, beyond anything describable. What you're about to process in your living experience is going to be crazy. And this is, again, relative to whenever you watch this, right? Have to emphasize, our dreams coming in cannot, and I've said this again and again, we all need to hold this so seriously in our hearts. It cannot happen all at once. Our energy bodies cannot take it. And not just our energy bodies, the energy of those around us, because evil eye is also a thing, right? Obviously, there's going to be some jealous downs. There are going to be some people looking into your life going, what the hell? How is she getting everything? How is he getting all of that? You know what I mean? Trust the balance of how things are going to start spilling in, but they're coming. I also got the image of a window, like a transparent window, and us as the experiencers, observers on this side of the window, and then on the other side, your dreams are literally doing this to you. It's like they're playing tease. They're like, psst, hey, hi, hi. And and in response, us as the observers are kind of going, we're tense with a lot of excitement, but also a lot of disbelief. Like, is this really it? Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? There's so much anticipation. Like, I could squeal. I'm so excited. Like, I get sweaty and itchy and all of these things every time I think about it. Oh my God. Thank you. You've waited. You've waited and you've waited. And you know what? We've waited so long that it doesn't matter how little or how long we wait. From the time you watch this to the time that your dreams actually come manifest, it doesn't matter. That period of time. I get the sense that as well, we've been waiting for so long. You watching this, you've been waiting for so long that you could wait a little longer, you could wait a little less, whatever. The point is, it's coming, okay? And you can be super excited about it. You don't even have to care about the time frame. You don't have to care about the time span. Just know it's coming and sit back and get ready for it. Like I said, Birdman, rub your hands. Get ready. You know what I mean? Get ready. So excited. Like, damn. Exactly. I just pulled this. I left it behind. I was trying to pick up the deck, and this was left behind. Period. Oh, and another channeling I got was to stay ahead of your health. That's something that's been coming up a lot. Pluto and Aqua, but especially over this past week. Preventative health measures. Jade has been tweeting about it a lot. Astrologer, human design person. So watch everything about the way that you can look after your health. Watch out for it. Make sure you're eating right. Cut down on sugar. That's a very specific instruction. And it specifically has to do with you if you're somebody who, like me, relies on sugar for emotional comfort. If you're someone who's extremely emotionally sensitive, watch your sugar intake. Make sure you stay hydrated. Consider fasting. Very spiritual time. So we have to, we can prepare for our dreams, meet them halfway by kind of cleansing ourselves spiritually. So yes, consider fasting, consider waking up at witchy hours to pray. Remember to do so. Remember to pray. Keep up with your spiritual rituals. Just because your dreams, and that's the other thing, yes, as your dreams come in, don't forget to stay thankful, stay prayed up, keep your rituals up. Your dreams will come in, but that is not to say that you must stop doing everything that kept you aligned with those dreams. Yeah, don't ever be caught being the type of person that only prays when they want something. Remember to pray as you are grateful as well, right? Keep praying for protection, very important. I don't really believe in evil eye because I think what is yours regardless. Nothing can get in the way of that. However, I did actually watch an episode today of a show that revolved around this idea of evil eye and how when you're too loud about the things about your dreams coming true, things can kind of fall apart. Because of people who don't have your best interests at heart, and be aware of that. But I don't think now is the time to be afraid of anything. Now is not the time to be afraid of anything. Hey again, Crystal. Carrie. Let me pull cards of the week, see what comes up, see how it is that we can prepare for our dreams. Although I really am feeling into the fact that they are coming in. It's going to be a really, really beautiful 8/8 portal for all of us across the globe, no matter the season. But I also just want to really celebrate us in the Southern Hemisphere, the global South. Because on top of the winter that we experienced, I think we've also been pressed down by the systems. We've been pressed on by the system's resistance to crumble. It's like we, as the global South, we've been carrying the system on our backs, technically, right? Being the victims of the Great Depression and white supremacy and all of that shit. And it's like in this great system's efforts to stay afloat, it's been kicking us on the shoulders to try and keep up and to keep alive. And it's been at the expense, yes, of our shoulders. So, yeah, we did a lot of brilliant transmutation work during this winter season. Brilliant. And obviously, while it is still winter, I did feel the winds of change this morning, and it's brilliant. And yeah, we can, I hope you feel into the relief of it this week. I feel like we're going to feel some sense of relief, some kind of sense of relief. But I will point out the fact that I think it's very important that you feel this alongside knowing or paired with the knowing that you've done the work of being honest with yourself, being honest with others, trying to show up with as much love as possible for others, for each situation, most importantly for yourself. Doing the shadow work, holding yourself accountable, all that spiritual stuff. If you'll know yourself, you'll know if you kept up with it. If you did, congratulations. And if you didn't, it's never too late. Doesn't matter. But you'll know if you did or you didn't, and you'll know around you who did and who didn't. Okay. Many cards fell out. I just want to check so many cards. I just want to check that I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'll take what I see to be what I see and leave the rest. I'll let the rest. Whatever I don't see means I didn't need to see it. So, amazingly and exactly like how I've been feeling, exactly like what I was tapping into, we have the sun, we have the world, we have the 6 of Swords, Brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Six of Rods. Exactly. And then as a counter, we have the Empress and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So let me just sit with all of this really quick. So obviously everything's going great. Okay. That's just off the bat. Everything's fine. Everything's wonderful. However, we still got our challenges, right? Life is not without its tests. And what I'm seeing, and what I guess also ties into what I read for earlier in today's Tarot and Chill. So both cards, essentially, both of these cards in reverse, speak of individuals who speak of the energy of individuals who are resistant to change, who are very addicted to being in control, who are reliant on that control factor in order to feel secure in themselves, in order to feel confident. People who probably did not, like I mentioned before pulling these cards, people who did not do their shadow work correctly, who did not keep up with their spiritual work, and who just kept projecting onto their outer worlds. Both figures in these reverse cards create a circle of codependency around them, again, to make them feel secure. They present to be very charming, intelligent, in control outwardly, but internally they are falling apart, and it's a mess for them. Unfortunately, I really doubt that it's you that I'm reading for here. I think that it's someone around you, a family member, a father, a mother, an uncle, a brother, a friend, or an ex. I'm not getting anything particularly work related here. It feels like something close to the heart, so family, friends. I'm receiving the possibility of a friend of a friend of an ex of a friend. But either way, this really is going to be what can I say? It's nothing serious. It's like a tiny little wave, a tiny little bump of a wave, and a huge wave of abundance that is coming towards us to be able to experience. This card not only speaks, it doesn't just in this deck speak of a moving on of sorts, but it specifically speaks about a moving on from worries, moving on, travel in order to release worries. That's what the interpretation speaks of. So moving on to feel more relieved, to feel more joy, a divine connection with your higher self, with your inner child, right? A lightheartedness, an ability to feel at home with communities, friendships, success achieved, right? And enjoyment. I mean, the energy of these cards speak for themselves. There is light in all three of these cards. A real incredible, like a real budding, blossoming, strong source of light in all three of these cards. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that exactly what we deserve? We have worked long and hard enough. It is time for us to enjoy ourselves. And hilariously enough, the Empress just fell off the table. I picked it up upright. So yeah, specifically speaking of the potential mother woman figure in your life that may, or the feminine figure, this may also show up as a man who is femininely inclined, who in his behaviors is projecting, being weird. Again, really, what is it? What's under a bridge? Let it go. Let any forms of projection that people may be putting onto you, don't take any of that seriously. People are going to be, they're definitely going to be in their own, people who haven't done the work are definitely going to be caught up in their own drama. Don't take any of that personally. You have your own dream to live. You have your own joy to live, right? I wonder, I think that the reason these cards are showing up at all, as a heads up for these people that may project, I think that the reason they're showing up is because, again, they're individuals who are close to the heart. So they will trigger you, obviously. Life doesn't come without its tests. But with the rest of the cards that are falling out, there will be plenty of opportunity for you to be able to go, ugh, whatever, deal with your own shit. And then you go and you enjoy yourself, right? You leave them be and you enjoy yourself. Leave them alone. Leave whoever is projecting, whoever is like, what? Yeah, the other problem is with these people that may come out and project is that they may have a track record, again, because they're so close to your heart. They may be very good at convincing you to get caught up in their drama. They may be very good at convincing you that they're right and you're wrong. That absolutely won't be the case now. That absolutely will not be the case now. Fine, they may have been right before. And also the problem is that you're a very accountable person. You like to be accountable. You are aware. You don't like scapegoating because you know what it's like to be scapegoated and to be a scapegoat and whatever. So you're going to want to take responsibility. Don't this time around. Okay? Just leave them be. Leave them alone and go have your fun. Enjoy yourself. Make plans to see friends. Very important. Make plans to enjoy yourself. Be joyful. Don't be afraid to get drunk. Have fun is the point. You know what I mean? Have fun. Have fun. Make plans to have fun. Be intentional about having fun. Release any form of guilt that you may be feeling with regards to whoever or whatever situation. I don't know. It does feel like there's some situation that might crop its ugly head to try to, as like a trickster vibe. Because we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck as well. It may get you, it may try to get you, but it's not going to win. Yeah. I am going to... I feel like I want to just tap into the Empress in reverse really quickly. And only read what comes out because I do remember us. I remember I read on it in the earlier Tarot and Chill, and I don't want to revisit the entire intensity of it because I don't think it's entirely necessary for this reading.
Can you finish for me to write in?
Hold on, baby. Let me finish. I'm almost done. This card speaks in reverse, speaks of self-neglect, holding back on a situation that needs full potential. Right. And I think that's what all of that is. I think that's what this I believe that now reading the reversed interpretation of this card, I think it also, it lends to the potential risk of not enjoying yourself all the way because of how you may try to intellectualize the joy. It's been, like I said in the beginning of this reading, it's been a very, 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 very tough season. It's been so difficult. No matter which part of the globe you are at, something about this month, something about this past week brought a very particular kind of difficulty to it, a real heaviness, a real weight, a real shadow, and something about the joy that is to come from this week may cause you to sit in disbelief. Like, what? How am I feeling so joyful? How am I feeling so okay when last week I was miserable? I didn't see any hope. How is it that I feel so hopeful and joyful right now? Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Trust your emotions. Have fun. Very important. Something that's really coming through this reading. Have fun, have fun, have fun. Do not intellectualize. Do not sit in here. Let your brain go. Flush it down the toilet. Do something. Do something crazy if you have to. Be risky. Send a risky text. Whatever. Live. This is the week for it. To live. Really, really live. Yeah. Please live your life. Please. Please, especially this week. Even if it's just for this coming week or the following week that you watch this video. Even if it's just for then. Please try to enjoy yourself. You are so deserving. You have worked so hard. You've worked so hard. This card also mentions the fact that it also mentions just the sense of relief that comes after a very difficult storm. Kind of like the 10 of Swords, I think, in the Rider-Waite deck, where it's been tough. It's been really, really hard. And you really deserve to sit back and really just have some fun. Truly. Please, please have some fun. Have a lot of fun, whatever it means to you. Please, please. And allow all the sensations of joy that come with it to really overcome you. Try not to feed into any points of disbelief that you may feel, where it's like, do I really deserve this? I was just so exhausted and so depressed and so sad. Is this real? Am I really allowed to enjoy myself? Yes, you are. You absolutely are. I want to sit in this frequency a little bit more to try and understand all the possible avenues that may come up. Try not to let anything about your body get in the way. If you're tired, rest. But if you can push past the exhaustion and go out, and live. If you were there may be this moment of being faced with, I'm so tired, but I really want to go out. Choose to go out. You can rest when you get back. Don't miss out on the opportunity for joy here. That's also what's really coming out. There's going to be so much wonderful, vibrant opportunities to really feel joy, express joy, be joyful. Don't let anything get in the way of that. No doubt, no sense of doubt must get in the way. Release all of that. And if you do feel doubtful, meditate. This is also, I'm picking up from the bottom of the deck now. If you do feel doubtful, take a moment to breathe. Maybe go within, journal, take an evening to yourself, take a moment. But know that none of it is true. None of it is true. The rest of the cards underneath are really all speaking of just a lot of life, man. A lot of life. Nothing bad coming out of this. An assertion of will, the Emperor I'm seeing. It's going to be a very, very good week. With its tests, as I've said, life does not come without its tests, but you're due to experience so much, just so much light, so much joy, things that we deserve. I don't even feel called to pull any more from this deck. I think that this is really, we're getting the good news that we needed, that we've been waiting for, even if it's just a tiny little bit of it, even if it's just one little thing. I have something in me that wants to kind of downplay it a little, just in case you get disappointed or whatever. But I'm feeling an even bigger thing that's saying, no, don't downplay it. It's going to be a joyful week. There's going to be some good news that comes out of this. Even if it's little, even if it comes across as little, it's going to feel like such a, oh my God, so I can actually enjoy life. Life is actually good. Life is worth living. Never kill yourself. That kind of thing. It's going to be wonderful. I'm getting a little trip in the works, even if it's like a little getaway in the city. I'm feeling into this the possibility of you going to a location that feels like you are like a Joburg based people, Pablo House, I think it's called. The way that you can be at that place in Melville and you can feel like, it feels like you're not in Joburg. It feels like you're somewhere else, but you're in the middle of the city. You know, that kind of thing. You'll find yourself in really joyful locations. It's going to make you feel like, it's going to make you not worry. I'm getting the sense of being in a place where, being in a physical location where you're experiencing so much joy that truly everything melts away. You forget where you're at, you forget all your stresses, everything, and you're just enjoying yourself in the moment. You're just happy, you know? You're just happy. It's just happiness. So well deserved. It's about damn time. And take this as a little boop from the universe to say, there's more to come. Just by the way, you think this is good. You can even imagine how good it's going to get. You know what I mean? You can't imagine how good it's going to get. That's all I have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And most importantly, thank you for never giving up. Thank you for still being alive. I've said this in every video, but now I feel like you're going to get it. You're going to really get a thank you, not just from me, from the universe. You're going to understand how grateful, not just me, not just I am, how grateful your angels are, how grateful your ancestors in your bloodline are, how grateful the people in your community are for you, for the fact that you kept trying and you never gave up. How grateful people who love you are for you in their lives. Do you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. And if you don't get what I mean, then you're gonna get what I mean. I'm placing this intention. Even if you don't feel it, you're gonna feel it. the following week after you watch this, you're gonna feel it. I know you will. And that's it. That's it. That's all I've got. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. This really picked me up. Like I said, it's been a really rough week for me. Very, very tough. Very tough winter season. And when I woke up this morning and I saw the little leaves blossoming and I felt the sun warming me up in a different way, and I just felt like a sense of relief, I literally shouted. Literally. And I get the sense that that's what you're going to do too when you experience the joy that is coming for you, because you never gave up and you kept faithful and you kept present, man. Even if you didn't believe, you were present, and that is more than enough. Everything you do is more than enough. Thank you for being more than enough. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy ourselves, man. Ugh.